So after 16 years working in the banking sector back in Ghana, I've learned a lot of lessons, things that nobody will teach you in a classroom, or no MBA class would probably teach you. And so I thought share a few of those experiences with you, so that we can all learn and probably improve, even as we move on to other activities in our career, or anything that we seek to do. So the first thing that I've learned, that I've pondered over, is one: your job is not your career. So the job that we do is not the career that we want to take. The job just pays the bill. Your career builds through your skills and a relationship and reputation you develop. So the career is stronger than your job, because in your career you are building not just skills, but you're building relationship, you're building reputation in that specific area of work that you have chosen. Job is just something that comes along, you do it just to survive. But if you intend to take a career, you need to invest, you need to learn, you need to put your all into it to make you stand out when that career or industry is being spoken about, or when the conversation comes up concerning that industry that you work in, which is your career. You will be able to make meaningful contribution based on your experiences, your relationships, the skills that you have acquired, the trends, the things that are going on currently with regards to that particular career that you are in. So that is the number one, that your job is not your career. Number two is that technology changes everything. So since we started working, I started working way back 16 years ago, technology then is not technology now. And as you work along, I know you know that you cannot become static with what you know or you learned in school several years ago. You need to evolve, you need to adapt, you need to be able to learn along the new skills, new technologies that come in. Because once these technologies are introduced or released, every industry has their own set of technological tools that are needed to enhance your work. And so it is very, very necessary that you keep abreast with current trends as far as technology is concerned. It's like we see now, AI is everywhere, so you cannot be even a classroom teacher and pretend that you don't care, because that is really important. It's going to have impact on your career, on your job, even your personal life. So you cannot be oblivious of the fact that technology is really, really something that you must move along with, even as you begin or you work in your career. The third thing would definitely be to build your network before you need it. Build your network before you need it. In career, in industry, in ministry, in even family, in society, your ability to move forward is dependent on how well you are able to network with people, how well people know you, how well you know people, how you are able to interact with people. That is very, very important. So opportunity often come through people who you know from work, people you know from church, people you know from other social interactions. And so you need to be conscious about building your network. sometimes you just go to work, do your work, close, go home, or go to church after Sunday service, you just close and go home. You're not doing yourself a very good service. So it is necessary, highly important that we build networks that are able to help her, because out of your network, you'll be able to get your next level. Your net there's a statement that says your network is your net worth. So who knows you or who you know could impact on your pocket. And so it is very, very important that you pay attention to building your network. The other thing that I have learned, which is very important, is learn the business, not just the department. So you find yourself in a particular company and probably your work is just maybe HR or marketing or accounting. So that's just a function within that company. The company is into something, let's say it's a bank, or it's a construction company, or it's an agribusiness, or whatever it is that you are into. You should understand the business. You should know the business. You should learn the business, not just your role, your small role as an accountant or as an HR or as a marketer. Or you should learn to know what the business is about, what other departments do in the company, how all of the departments work together to achieve the objective of the organizations. Because it is necessary that you, with this understanding, you will be able to know what the requirements of the other departments are, what technologies are needed, what operations is all about, what customer needs are about. This helps you have a total view of the organizations, and that also helps you to grow, because when you're being considered for the next stage of your role or your career, they are not just picking someone who technically knows his or her job. They are looking at someone who has exhibited that desire to grow. By growing, the business. You cannot become the MD if you don't understand the business. The MD of a bank understands every aspect of the bank: customer service, credit, marketing, operation, technology, support. Every aspect of the business, you should understand it, because that is what will make you a leader in that business. The other thing is that leadership, it's a common phrase. Leadership is not, it's an influence, it's not a position. Leadership is not a position. And so you could be having influence without necessarily having a position as head of department, or as whatever, COO, as CFO, or whatever. You think leadership is way beyond that. It is influence. So you could be in your space, your small department, and have influence in the organization by solving problems, by mentoring others, by creating impact. These are the things that make you a leader. It is not your position. So you could be mentoring other younger people within your department, in other departments, creating impact in other things like this. ESG programs. Every company is required to introduce ESG program. This is something you could do whether you are in finance, you are in project, you are in support, you are in marketing. Wherever you are, you could take on that responsibility, or you could begin to help whichever department is doing that. In some instances, they need ambassadors in various departments to implement this. So those are opportunities you can take to express your leadership skills and qualities by supporting the organization and doing things that are not within your line of work. That is what is going to put you out there for people to know that, okay, this particular staff has a leadership skill. And then when there's an opportunity, why not? You could be considered for it. Additionally, what I have learned, I learned this quite very, very, very late, is that you need to document your achievement. I say that again, document your achievement, because people don't remember. When the day comes for a particular critical decisions to be made, people may not remember the things that you have done. So you have to keep track of everything that you do, your major achievements. You need to keep track of it, document it. Keep track of your project, savings, innovations, measurable results. Keep records of them. Even your head of department may forget when it comes to appraisals. He or she may forget. So these things are very necessary for you to be keeping records of. Investing in oneself. Investing in yourself, developing yourself, learning, improving yourself. You come in and you need to learn skills, pick new skills, even if it is not directly related to your current function. Learn it, because those are the keys to open doors for you in the future. Get certification, go higher, take certifications. I mean, who says you cannot become a PhD holder? You can become a PhD holder. Get certification. You're not saying that everybody should be a doctor in the company, but what I mean to say is improve yourself. Every year you set targets. What new skill can I acquire this year? So it's part of your annual resolution. This should be part of your annual resolutions, where you take decisions about your entire life. Improving of oneself should be a top priority for you in the organization. So today I'll end this session here. There are quite a number of them that I need to still talk about, but we will end today. If there are comments, there are actions, there are questions that you will want to ask, feel free to send in the comments. I'll provide the answers, and then we move on to the next session pretty soon. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah.